If you're a fan of X's and O's, if you're a fan of quarterback play, you came to the right spot. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down Justin Herbert's Week 2 performance, his debut, very impressive, rightfully so, that we are giving him all the credit because he deserves it, even though he lost the game, a great performance by him. But after watching the film, watching the coach's film, that's what we're going to be diving into today. After watching that film, some concerns on my end a little bit moving forward of how those translate with a lot of football left to be played. I'm assuming he's going to be the starter indefinitely now unless something happens, especially with the Tyrod Taylor news. Impressive performance. In this video, I'm going to look at the 3 things that I love about his performance and the 3 concerns after watching the film. Really appreciate you guys checking this out. Let's take a look. All right, let's hop into it. The first thing that was concerning for me, starting with the bad stuff, going to finish with the good stuff. First thing that was concerning for me, and it really wasn't even a Justin Herbert deal, it was more of just a luxury that he had in this game that I don't think he'll be able to expect week in and week out, and that is he had a lot of easy throws in this game, easy completions that you don't usually see in the NFL that you saw in this game, and it's a great sign for any quarterback, but especially for a rookie quarterback, and especially in the first quarter like we're going to see here. It allowed him to get in a rhythm. So let's start here. It's 0-0, very beginning of the first quarter, and let's dive into this play. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Herbert's going to be in shotgun, 2x2 formation with the tight end to the bottom of your screen. I'll take a full screen. He drops back, boom, doesn't get it, gets pressure in his face, and it's just a quick swing to the running back. And he rumbles and bumbles for 30, 35, 40-yard gain. This is a mishap on the middle linebacker for the Chiefs. He drops into coverage, loses track of the back, backs out in no man's land. Austin Eckler, no, that was Joshua Kelly. He's able to get out there. And that's early in the game. Those completions flip the field, allow Justin Herbert to get in a rhythm, and that's not really anything Justin Herbert did. It was more of just a luxury of the offensive scheme at play. Here's another example for you. Also in the first quarter, Chargers have a 7-0 lead. Herbert's probably feeling himself, had a good first drive there. They're going to bring Eckler in a little swoop motion here behind Herbert. Little zone read option, flips it out to the back. And then Tyrann Mathieu just misses a tackle here. And I don't think you can expect that week in and week out in the NFL. And we saw this a lot in this game. I'll show it again. Of the Kansas City Chiefs just missing tackles straight up. And yes, the Chargers have some bigger skill players, but to me, it was a luxury this game that Herbert, that's an easy throw. Shoot, I could make this throw right now. This is the advantage that you have, that when you throw a swing behind the line of scrimmage, you're able to break one tackle, Keenan Allen, great block, and he pushes ahead for a 13-yard gain. That is a dream come true for a rookie quarterback. Alrighty, the second deal that was concerning to me about Justin Herbert's performance moving forward is his footwork. And we all knew this was going to be a thing. And more specifically, I'm talking about his footwork under center. At Oregon, he very, very rarely, if not never, went down under center. Going to be asked to do it a lot in the NFL. And watch this play. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. He's under center. There's going to be a play fake to the running back. Or I guess the running back goes the opposite way. More of a protection thing there. But as you can see, even right here, Justin Herbert, his feet are off balance. And that's going to happen with this action. But watch how it impacts the throw. He's got Hunter Henry coming on a little drag from right to left. And he's not able to get his base all the way out in front of Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry's dragging this way. This is an open receiver in the NFL. Look at Herbert's base right there. He's not even pointed anywhere close to him. And you could say, Max, oh, well, Frank Clark, I believe that is just wearing out the left tackle. Sure, but that's enough room, especially with the play fake, to flip your hips, even step up just a tad and get the ball out of your hands. As a result, he has his chest facing the receiver, Hunter Henry, and not his feet, and the ball sails over Hunter Henry. Let's watch it again. He's under center. Watch the play fake. Back goes the other way for protection responsibility. He's not able to flip his base towards the receiver, errant throw. Those are the type of things where your footwork is directly correlated to the accuracy on the football. We'll get the behind view here. Play fake. His eyes. You can just tell he's a little frantic there. And I get it. Rookie quarterback. He's receiving some pressure. But he's not able to get his base there. And actually Frank Clark's in coverage. Excuse me, I misspoke earlier. All right, another concerning footwork example for me. And in hindsight, this ended up being a very crucial play and drive. Basically, the Chargers dial up a shot play right here. They're up 7-0. This is the end of the first quarter. Dial up a shot play, deep post to the top of the screen, and they're going in, right? They're on the 40-yard line. And for me, when I was at USC, when you call deep post play actions and you're on the 40-yard line, you know you don't have a ton of field to work with, right? Deep post over the top, that's going to push 60 yards in terms of field that the throw is going to work with. And as we'll see here, Justin Herbert runs out of space to complete this post throw, but it's as a result of his footwork or lack of experience under center in real life game reps, telling him that he needs to speed up his drop and speed up his footwork. Take a glance at this play, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Play fake to the back. He's going to set up 12 yards behind the right tackle. And the teaching tape for quarterbacks out there is that's what you're supposed to do. That's what if you were in the middle of the field, that is picture perfect. 12 yards behind the right tackle, he sets up. But as a result, he's throwing this ball when his receiver's in the 15-yard line. He's going to run out of space. Right? And so the Tyrann Mathieu, the defensive back, he's able to make a play on the ball versus if he shortens this up, quickens this up, and throws it now, right, sets up now, the receiver has room on Tyrann Mathieu. He knows that a flat-footed safety against a receiver running full speed, he'll run right by him. The ball should be getting up now, or at least maybe just a beat later. The ball should be out now. Don't quote me on that. Now the ball should be out. There you go. But he's still gathering his footwork. He's still gearing up to throw. And as a result, he throws the ball now. And Tyrann Mathieu's able to make a play on the ball because, well, one, it's not that great of a throw. But in my opinion, if this was out in the middle of the field and he has more field to work with, he wouldn't be worried about squeezing up against the back end line. And so it's a little footwork thing. Let's take a glance at it again. From under center, that I think an experienced quarterback that has reps from under center would be able to, let's see if it plays here, my bad, would be able to know that, hey, I got to speed things up. If I'm going in and I'm on the 39-yard line, I'm going to run out of room timing-wise for a deep post route. The last footwork example for me here. The Chargers are going to run a little snag concept, and this is a big play. This is 3rd and 1. We'll see on the back end, Justin Herbert's mobility shows off here. But it's poor ball handling by the quarterback. The Chargers are going to run a snag concept. They're going to have a corner route. They're going to have a little snag route, little hook right here. And then they're going to have an arrow route by the tight end. Justin Herbert's going to give a ball fake to the running back. I believe that is Joshua Kelly. And that ball fake is going to be responsible for helping out this pass progression. It's going to pull in the middle linebacker. And watch it here. Watch how, I don't want to say how lazy this play fake is, but it's just not very good. You would never, ever, ever see this play fake out of Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, or Aaron Rodgers. And that's the standard, don't get me wrong, but that's where Justin Herbert wants to get to. So let's check it out. Play fake, boom. Like his eyes don't even go down. Let's go back again with that. Start it from the beginning. His eyes don't go down to the back. The ball's not even shown that well. His body language, like that is not sell and run at all. And as a result, if you look back, it doesn't pull in the Chiefs middle linebacker here. And he's able to flow to this little snag route. And that snag route should be the winner, the winning concept, the winning route in this progression. 3-man route concept right here, but 53, he's able to leak into this snag concept right here. Ideally, this play fake would be so good, he'd get sucked up on Joshua Kelly, the running back, and it would leave a big enough window, quick enough window for Justin Herbert to fit this ball in. The play fake's not great. Covered. He actually probably could have fit this ball into Keenan Allen if he hung in the pocket a little bit longer, but that's tough in 3rd and 1. It's tough in your first start. Arrow route to Hunter Henry is covered. Finish the play. Got to give credit where credit's due. Justin Herbert, his size, his mobility, truck sticks the dude, gets the first down. So we can see right there 3 different examples of footwork and where I think Justin Herbert needs to grow. And I started this video off by saying concerns. it's not as much a concern. You kind of knew that was going to happen when you draft Justin Herbert out of Oregon, who's never been under center. But it's something that rookie year, it's going to be hard to get incrementally better week in and week out. And sure, experience will help. But it's more of a thing that in the offseason, gotta get your work in for sure. Last thing I want to point out as a concern in Justin Herbert's game, or his first start, is some accuracy issues, and he got away with it in this game. I guess he didn't get away with it, right? They lost this game, and so those incompletions, you can't have those. Once again, going to start right here. It's 7-0, Chargers up, first quarter. Great start by Herbert. Going to go empty formation. He's got Keenan Allen in the slot on the bottom of the screen. Great receiver. This is a matchup he likes. There's pressure, a little bit pressure in his face, but this 5-yard out right here, like we're going to see, that's wide open in the NFL. That's wide open. He's made that throw in his sleep at Oregon, and you're going to probably sit there and think, Max, give him a break. There's some nerves. It's his first quarter. It's a rookie in the NFL, and rightfully so. 100% very valid reasons, but I got to do my due diligence and at least point these out because this is pitch and catch. This is a throw he should be able to get done, and he just misses it. And as we'll see in the following clips, this wasn't the only one. There were a few of these that it's worthwhile to bring up that he needs to shore up to make sure that they don't waste routes that are wide open. Let's check out his footwork, actually. Let's see the back view. Yeah, I'm glad I watched that. With a 5-yard out, to me, this should be one and hang. He knows he's banging a quick out route to Keenan Allen, but Herbert goes a quick 3. And maybe that's the coaching style to not give anything away. But he's 1, 2, 3, and he hitches. Ooh, yep, he should never hitch. So then that means he's late. If he's going to do 3, it's got to be on time, get the ball out of his hands. Keenan Allen's running a 5-yard out. Justin Herbert with a 3 and a hitch is going to be late, and he's not able to get this ball out on time. So another footwork thing, which we just talked about, that is a potential concern for me moving forward, knowing that it hurt his accuracy on these 5-yard outs. Another accuracy concern play for me. I'll pause it right here. What's ultimately going to happen is Justin Herbert's going to throw a little snap route. For those of you guys that don't know the terminology, basically kind of a quick little curl route to the bottom of your screen. It's Keenan Allen. He's wearing out the corner all night long. But what happens, and I'll show this play. It was a big play. It was a good catch. My fantasy team paid dividends or reaped the benefits of this. But I love his eyes. I love his footwork, which we just talked about in the last segment. But this ball placement, it's on Keenan Allen's. It's going to be on Keenan Allen's right shoulder. And the physical nature of Keenan Allen, he's able to get all over the corner, make this catch, and move forward for 25 yards. But when we watch it again, this is not an accurate throw. He places the ball on Keenan Allen's right shoulder, inside shoulder, instead of the left shoulder. And if this corner doesn't fall down, my bad, I had the screen in the way a little bit. I'll back it up. If this corner doesn't fall down, this could be pick 6 and going the other way. And right now the Chargers are up 8. That would have changed the course of the game. If this corner doesn't fall down, and this corner is experienced and right on Keenan Allen's hip, gets his eyes around, that is a pick waiting to happen. It is poor ball placement by Justin Herbert. Gets away with it here. It's a product of having a great playmaker, so he could very well get away with it many times this year because Keenan Allen's that good. But against a better corner or a throwing to a worse receiver, very concerning for me in terms of accuracy and ball placement. And then one last accuracy concern. I bucket it in an accuracy concern, but it's the interception. It's the bad interception that everyone was talking about on Sunday. Justin Herbert gets flushed out, looking to make a play, throws across his body. Not going to happen. 3 Chiefs there. It's an interception. But the reason I wanted to highlight it, it's going to happen with young players, but what's a little bit concerning with me is if he falls into a mold of trying to be Superman and do it all. Because when we watch this play and Justin Herbert gets flushed, he's trying to get Keenan Allen out there, trying to allow him to make a play. He has 2 options. And the telecast was talking as if, oh, why didn't you run? Why didn't you run? I would have thrown this ball, but I would have thrown this ball to the friendly comeback on the sideline. That's wide open in the NFL. And the reality is that's wide open in college. That's something that he did in college. A lot of quarterbacks did. This is not a hard ask for a quarterback to do. Quarterbacks are trained as you get flushed out of the pocket to naturally have your eyes flow towards the sideline. So this is a missed opportunity. Not because he forced his throw, because he forced his throw, but not only because he could have ran the ball, but this is a wide open receiver right there. Throw that ball, move the chains. Instead, it's an interception. This is a crucial mistake, and these are going to happen with rookie quarterbacks. You try to have as few of these as possible, but certainly a miss on two accounts because he could have ran the ball and wide open receiver right there. That should be in his vision based on how he is trained and how I know he can play based on what we saw at Oregon. I talked about the bad, got to finish with the good, getting the negatives out of the way. A lot of good in this game, as we know. Impressive start, especially because we found out this week that Tyrod Taylor punctured lung before the game. Shouldn't laugh, shouldn't chuckle. That's tough on him. But it is funny that a rookie starting quarterback was let know that he was going to start 5 minutes before kickoff. That is a cardinal sin if you are a coach, especially with a younger quarterback. Can't do that. Got to give him full week to prep, but obviously things happened that we didn't know at the time of kickoff or on Sunday that forced Justin Herbert to get in the game. But a lot of good things, and the first area that I was impressed with is – I got to pause it. First area I was impressed with was his mobility, and I cover a lot of Pac-12 football on my own, and for those of you guys that had seen a lot of Justin Herbert, this was nothing new. His mobility was nothing new. But for NFL fans that might not be on their couch on Saturday or only saw Justin Herbert as a big, strong-arm passer, his mobility is alive and well, and that's the new era of NFL football that we're living in. Kind of Mahomes has carved his own niche with that. Lamar Jackson, he's a category of his own, but Patrick Mahomes has kind of carved his own niche. Russell Wilson, obviously we know about him. And then Josh Allen having some success this year with that extra notch of mobility that, yes, you're a pocket passer, yes, you're a big, strong-arm guy, but you're able to get out of the pocket and keep people honest with your legs. We saw that a bunch in this game. Going to look at a few clips of those here. So right here, it's shotgun. Operating in his comfort zone, Justin Herbert is. Gets pressure again in his face. He's flushed out, beats both defensive linemen. And then big boys the corner, lets him know. And that's where the size and the mobility comes into play. But this is the type of stuff that a true pocket passer, this is probably a throwaway, right? This is a throwaway for, I'm trying to think who's not the most mobile quarterback. I don't know. Big Ben at this stage in the game. I don't know if he's doing this, maybe younger in his career. But this is probably a throwaway. If you're not a mobile quarterback, Justin Herbert's able to keep him honest with his legs, flushed out, and gets the first down, which moving the sticks is the name of the game. Let's check out another example here. 14-6, second quarter, right before half, so in a little 2-minute mode. A completion here can get the team into field goal range. 3 down front, once again gets pressure from his front side. He's flushed out, finds the completion, little risky thrown across his body, but I'm good with it. Completion to Mike Williams. You can tell they're hurrying up, and we'll see it again. This is big, right? Now you give your team a chance. You're close to field goal range. One more of these, you're in field goal range. They're hurrying up. It's a great job by Justin Herbert. Pressure in his face. See it one more time. Frank Clark on the bottom of your screen. Boom. That's what you get with Justin Herbert. The strong arm, the size, but the mobility to pair with it. The second area that I was super impressed with Justin Herbert in his debut was his ability to get the ball out of his hands. He didn't miss hot routes. He wasn't holding on to the ball, and that's a great sign when you talk about defensive coordinators saying, all right, maybe we can't blitz this rookie. He's aware of what's going on. He operated protections from what I could see very well, and as we'll see on this clip, Kansas City's going to bring some heat, but Justin Herbert's able to get the ball out of his hands to his tight end Hunter Henry on a little hot route. Boom, ball out. If he waits on this a second longer, Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, is going to clean his clock from the top of his screen because the Chargers cannot protect against all these rushers, but ball's out. Boom, completion. Great job by Justin Herbert. One more time. Operating. He knows what's hot. You can tell he's got command. Boom, ball out. Great job. We'll see this a few times, but he did a great job of this all game long. On this play, this is the best throw I saw all week. So for those of you guys, if you're watching this video, you're probably a Justin Herbert fan. You're for sure an NFL fan, and you saw this throw for sure. This is the absolute dime to Keenan Allen down the middle of the field, And it's the other side of the token, right? On one side, getting the ball to your hand does mean operating when you're hot, finding your hot routes, getting the ball to your hand, not allowing yourself to get hit. But the other side of that is the anticipation and throwing guys open and getting the ball out of your hands so receivers don't get killed and receivers find completions. This play is a perfect example of that. Let's watch this view. Boom. This is big league right there. The middle of the field's wide open. Justin Herbert knows that. He also knows that heat and pressure could be coming. He does his drop. Right tackle gets beat. He knows this ball has to get out of his hand. He also knows that if he holds on to that, one, he gets killed, but two, the free safety can make a play on this ball and potentially bat it down, and Keenan Allen won't get this catch. But instead, Justin Herbert gets rid of the rock, throws it. The ball is already out of his hands or just about to be out of his hands, and Keenan Allen's only right here. This is where the open grass is in the middle of the field. He throws his receivers open. This is an absolute dime. You could not throw this ball any better. Boom. Big time play. We saw Keenan Allen's physicality the entire game. What's interesting to note, and you football junkies will like this, it's the importance of offensive line play. If the offensive line is better here, this is a touchdown. But if right tackle doesn't get beat and is able to hold his own, and Justin Herbert, let's say this pressure is not there and 94 isn't in his face, and Justin Herbert's able to hang in there for just a half second longer, they're going to have too high up on this one safety. If he's able to hold on just a beat longer, and let's say this pressure wasn't there, they're going to force 32 to commit to either Keenan Allen or hang on his route right here. As we're seeing, his body language is committing to Keenan Allen. If he had a little bit more time, this is a post route. Oh, I'll go back, my bad. Getting used to the controls. This is a post route over the top for 6 points. You can't make that play. You can try to 2-for-1 as a safety, but in that example, he's got to commit to one or the other. His defensive line helped him out. There is a huge over the top post opportunity for the Chargers on the bottom of the screen. Let me show you one more time what I'm talking about. They're going to go 2 up on 38. The importance of offensive line play shown right there. All right, the third area I was super impressed with Justin Herbert's performance was his toughness. And I know sometimes it's kind of thrown around as an arbitrary word, but it was front and center all game. He hung in the pocket, he took shots, and there is no better example than overtime. It's 2020, it's 3rd and 7, gotta have it. You're on your own side of the field. Kansas City's going to bring pressure, and Justin Herbert hangs in the pocket and throws an absolute perfect pass on a comeback to Mike Williams on the top of your screen. Boom, right? Once again, the Honey Badger bringing the heat from the bottom of the screen. Honey Badger's going to blitz. Justin Herbert's going to take a 5-step drop, quick 5 out of the gun, get the ball out of his hands. He's going to take a shot. It's an accurate throw, and it moves the sticks, which was super important at this stage in the game for the Chargers. Takes the hit, ball out, accurate throw, paints it on his chest. If you're a receiver coach, you're saying, hey, use your hands, but that is super accurate. That's on the outside shoulder. We talked about it earlier in this clip, the importance of throwing these routes on the outside shoulder rather than the inside shoulder. Justin Herbert does that, takes the shot, and delivers an accurate ball. I'll let this play one time through, and I'll let you see the back view so we get the full appreciation for the shot he took. Ooh, I misspoke. I thought that move the change. He was just short. But watch this one more time. Taking his drop, great job with his eyes. Boom, takes a shot. Takes a shot kind of high too, not necessarily in his cage, but great job by Justin Herbert there. And just so you guys know, I'm not just cherry picking clips to prove a point. I want to show you guys another example right here of Justin Herbert hanging in the pocket, getting the ball out of his hands. The toughness, that was the point. The toughness is on display. Boom, ball out, takes the hit. And by getting the ball out, you get the yards after a catch. These plays happen, but it doesn't happen if Justin Herbert doesn't hang in the pocket and deliver the rock. The last clip I want to show you guys is kind of an all-in-one clip. 17-17. It's in the fourth quarter. I mentioned the things I liked about Herbert's performance was the mobility, the toughness, and the ability to get the ball out of his hands, playing on time. All of those factors are shown right here in this play. Let's check it out. 2nd and 10. Herbert's going to be operating in the gun. and we're going to see his mobility to step up in the pocket. He's going to take a shot from the pressure, and he gets the ball out of his hands. Step up, boom, takes a shot, gets the ball out of his hands. All three factors that I loved about Justin Herbert's game are on display here. It's not always going to be perfect, but the great quarterbacks are able to make a play when it's not exactly how you draw it up on the whiteboard in the film room when you're sitting in cozy chairs. One more time, let's take a glance at this. In shotgun, steps up, avoids the pressure, gets the ball out of his hands, knows he's going to take a shot. He's got guys down at his ankles, ability to move the sticks, knows he's got a mismatch at the tight end position. It's a great work by Justin.
Overall, I was super impressed with Herbert's performance. The fact that he was let know that he was going to be the starter 5 to 10 minutes before kickoff, his ability to not flinch against the best team in the NFL as things currently stand right now and go out and have a good performance, hats off to him. But after watching the film, I wanted to make this video because I think he got away with some things that moving forward, I don't think he'll have the luxury of getting away with. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Looking to do a lot more of these videos this season, so please come back. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you give me a like down below, that helps the channel a lot to get it off the ground. And I'll be back for some more videos here soon. Thanks, guys.